welcome to another Sunday video. This week I'd like to show you how I made this card. This was inspired by Dawn Griffith. So thank you to Dawn for the inspiration. Now this was my very first one, and we open it up like so. So it looks a bit like a book section, and then you open this section and you've got your words inside. So it's called a hidden door card, or that's what Dawn called it. So I did one, that was my first one. This was my second one, all retired products here, and in a Christmas theme. I put this paper on here. This was a celebration item a few 12 months ago, I think, or 2 years ago. Not sure, but it's very, very thick with that paper, because that's actually very thick. But it is quite a thick card, as you can see, but it still does lay flat to go in an envelope. You just need to put a little bit more stampage on them. So this is the card I made, and it would have already been sent out by the time this video goes live, for my friend Francis' husband, Dennis, his birthday. So I think he'll like that. So we're going to do another one, and Christmas items, and we're going to be using the online exclusive products. So I'm going to show you what we've got here. We've got, this is called Iconic Imagery, and it's a suite. It comes with these beautiful dies and all these lovely sayings and bits on the front, and it's great for all different seasons, like there's birthday candles and you know, flames, and you've got leaves and snowflakes, which is what I'm using. So it's good for more than just one season. And as I say, it comes with those lovely dies inside. Let me see if I can close that up. That's it. And also these lovely papers. This is another 6x6 pack, and it's like, we'll go from the back first. We've got that colour, and then we've got like confetti on the other side. Then we've got brown with flowers on it, and then like a stripy one. I can see me using that. Then this is the one we're going to be using. So it's got stars on one side, and it's got these doves on the other in the blue. Then there's a nice one there, that's a nice man's one. And then we've got pumpkins on the other side. So then we come into the next one, which I'm going to be using some of this one as well, which is the snowflakes. And then we've got Christmas trees on that side. Then we've got ones that have the candles on it, and then like fireworks on the opposite side. And then we've got the autumn leaves and a nice stripy one. I love that, because green's my favourite colour. So, and then we've got another one which has, I don't know, looks like berries and flower leaves on it. And then that's a nice, could use that for Christmas or for a man's card. Then we have, let's stop, nice dots, and we have the leaf with the acorn on it. So that's a nice autumn one. Then we have these beautiful hearts here. So that's really nice. And then on the other side you've got oh my goodness, glasses with champagne in them. I'm having a mental break there. Oh, my mind's gone weird, I think. Then I like this one because it's green again, and it's got the ferns on it. And then it's got the candy canes on the other side. So, and then the last one is, you've got these beautiful leaves with cherries, I think that would be, or something like that in the, I don't know if that's cherry cobbler or real red. I'll have a look in a minute. Or the Christmas trees on the other side. So let me have a look, see what colours we've got. It has Cajun Craze, cherry cobbler, misty moonlight, which is what we're using today, moody mauve, mossy meadow, and pecan pie. So that's that set. That's a suite. And then this is the other set that is actually in the online exclusives, and this is really pretty. And I'm using the Scented Loads of Christmas Cheer. Now I've done all my stamping because there's a lot to put together with this card, And then I've got these lovely adhesive metallic gems, and these are, let me have a look because I haven't opened them yet. So it only came in the post the other day. So these come in silver, gold and copper in 2 sizes. So I can see plenty of uses for those two. So we're going to be stamping, or well, I've done all the stamping, as I say, in Misty Moonlight. And my card is going to be in Misty Moonlight and gold. Now I'm not sure whether gold is still available. I haven't looked in the catalogue before I did the video, so we will have to play it by ear. So let me show you what you need. For your main card, you're going to need a piece that is 5 7/8 by 6 1/2. And then for your inner card, you're going to need a piece that is 3 1/2 by 10 1/2. Then for your front layer, you're going to need a piece that is 5 5/8 by 2 1/8. And then your DSP on the top of that, which I'm going to do in Misty Moonlight, with the doves, is 5 3/8 by 1 7/8. For the back of the card, let me show you. This is what I call the back of the card, this piece here. You're going to need a piece that measures 5 5/8 by 3 7/8, and then a piece of the DSP that measures 5 3/8 by 3 5/8. For the right side front, which is this piece here, you're going to need a piece that measures 3/4 of an inch by 3 1/4 of an inch, and 1/2 an inch by 3 inches. Okay, so for the left hand side, which I've already done, and what have I done with it all? Come here. Oh dear, I've lost my, oh there it is. You're going to need a piece, oh that doesn't go with that, that goes with that, that measures 1 3/4 by, yep that's right, 1 3/4 by 3 1/4, and then 1 1/2 by 3, and I've got this to go on the top of there like so. So I've stamped all the rest. I'm just going to pop this up on that piece there. Then we're going to need 4 pieces that measure, oops, 3 1/4 by 2 1/4, and 2 pieces of designer series paper, which is why I'm using this, because it's Misty Moonlight and it's got those lovely snowflakes on it, that measure 2 by 3, and then 2 pieces that I have stamped in white, so you've got some nice sayings like these ones, I'll show you in a moment again, that are 2 by 3 as well. So I did, with this one, I did this section here and this section here with the DSP, and then this one for writing on, which is why I've done the sending loads of Christmas cheer on there so that you can write on that, and then the other one which just says light the season, which will go into that section there. Okay, so let's put all this out of the way and bring in my scoreboard. Okie dokie. So we're going to score this main piece of the card on the, got a rough edge there, that's a bit better, on the 6 1/2 inch side. So this is 5 7/8 of an inch down and 6 1/2 inches across, and we're going to score this with the small ball. Make sure we get the small ball at 4 1/8. Then we're going to bring in our other piece of that, which I call in the inner card, which is 10 1/2 inches long by 3 1/2 inches, and we're going to score this at 2 inches, at 3 inches, at 5 1/2 inches, and 8 inches. So what's that? 2, 3, 5 1/2, and 8. And that's all the scoring we're going to do. I'm just going to rescore that one because you know me, I like to double score everything. Okay, so that's all our scoring done. Let's pop this out of the way and we'll bring in our card. So this is our main card, so let's fold and burnish this like so. And our card then goes with the small piece on the left hand side. With our other piece, we're going to fold and burnish this the same. We're going to fold this as a mountain fold, starting at the 2-inch line, mountain fold at the 3-inch line. Now, valley fold at the 5.5-inch line, making sure that it's lined up top and bottom, and valley fold for the next one. Now, if you're like me and you've noticed that when you've got that one scored there, you've got not enough for it to turn back on itself, I found that I needed to just trim the smidgenest little piece, off of this end. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to trim the smidgenest little bit off of, this end, which is just that little bit there. And I did that because for me it will now close across, and this will close across like so. With that tiny little bit there, it just seemed to be in the way. Now, I don't like that edge, so I don't know if I've got my little tool here. Yes, I do. There we go. I'm just going to use my nail file, emery board, just to get those bits off. Chomp that tiny bit there off. It doesn't want to go away with the emery board. There we go. Put that bit there and that bit there. So this is always a really good way if you've got a piece of that's got a little bit rough on the edge. So that tiny little bit there is what I pulled off. Now it's entirely up to you. It depends on how you scored it and how you've cut it. But that is how it goes. So this is our 10.5, and it's scored at 2, 3, 5.5 and 8 inches. And just cut that smidgen off so that when it folds flat. Otherwise it's going to catch all the time. Alright, so let's bring in our card pieces. So we're going to need our piece for the back of the card here, and our piece for the front of the card here. So we're going to just glue those and pop them onto each one. Oops, come back. Don't you run all around the page. I'll let that sit for a few seconds while I do the other one, and then I'll pop them into the card and we can put them on the side. Now don't forget, these are online exclusive products, so if they all sell out, that will be the end of them. So if they are something you'd like and you live in Australia and you'd like to purchase them, I would love you to be my customer, and you can always contact me, or when you place an order yourself and it says your demonstrator, you just need to put my name in there and you will find my name at the top of the video here. So I'm going to pop this one into the back of the card. Now I've got a little bit of glue. Oh, no, it's not glue. That's the end of the bird. I thought that was glue sitting there. Thinking, what the, how did I get that there? Okay, so this is the front of the card. And it does look really pretty in these blues for Christmas for a change, doesn't it? In blue rather than white. Okay, so for this piece here, what we're going to do is we're going to glue this piece so that this line, this 2-inch score line, which I'm going to reinforce, is then up against the side of this front of the card, like so. So you're missing half of what's on the front. So I'm going to glue this down. So I'm going to glue this, put glue onto this piece. And for me, I found it easy to open the card up and fold this over like so. Then I can move it so that it's in the middle of the card as I want it. So you can eyeball it, or you can actually mark it. For me, I'm eyeballing it and I'm just getting rid of that. I can do that with my finger and a bit of spit because this glue is actually very good for coming off straight away. Alright, so once we've got that onto there like so, and we know that that's nice and flat, we're now going to pop some glue onto this middle section only. So we've got glue on the front one, not the next two, but the third one, or this, not the last one, but the one next to it. And that doesn't make sense, does it? So it's glue on the first one, glued in place. No glue, no glue, glue onto that one. Once we've done that, we're going to close the card up like so. And we're going to bring that across, and that way it will open. Or you can do it this way, which I'm going to do. Open the card right up and push it right across. That way when this card sits up like this section here is sitting out. Okie dokie. So we've now got our main piece of our, oh, get in there. That's better. Get in there. I don't know why that one all went a bit wonky on that line. Probably because I didn't flatten it out properly. Okay, so we've got our main card and that's how it's going to sit. We're going to now bring in our other pieces here and we're going to glue them on. So we're going to start with our smaller pieces. We're going to glue those together and pop them onto the card. As I say, I did all the stamping beforehand so that we can make this card not as long as it could be. Oh my goodness, I'm really having a bit of pooey day there, getting the glue on the table. Okay, so let's turn them over and give them a squash, and we'll pop them onto the front. Now if you're like me, you've got directional paper for that little bit, just make sure you put it on the correct way up, because you don't want your birds flying upside down, do we? Okay. Pop this one onto the front section. Like so. Now I'm going to put dimensional on the back of my snowflake. Oops, get in the bin. And pop my snowflake up into there so it's sticking up. We don't want too much dimension because of the fact that this is actually going to be quite thick. So now what we're actually going to do, we've got our four pieces of card and our 4 pieces of 2 designer series paper and 2 that are what we've stamped. Just make sure when you put your image on here that you have a portrait image. So if you're like me and you have an image that doesn't matter, that's fine. But if you have a image that has a direction, you need to be in the portrait. And then this is my writing panel one. Okay, so we're going to bring them over here, and I'm going to pop my two with the designer series paper on them, one on there and one on that one there. So, and again, once you're putting these in, make sure if you have a directional paper that you pop it the right way around, because nothing's worse than you pop it in there and you go, oh darn, it's upside down. I'm going to pop this one in here. And my writing panel is underneath. So when I write, it's going to be inside there. And then we're going to pop the other one with the lighting the season on top. Light the season, not light in the season, light the season. Okie dokie. So once that's done, as you can see, if you'd have had that left there with your designer series paper and your layers, it would have got very, very tight. So that's our card. Let's pop the pin in the glue and then we'll finish it off. Come on, get in the glue. There we go. So I think I'm going to go with gold again, because of it will highlight what I've already got. So using my picker tool, I'm going to use my gold, and I think I'm going to use one large one actually and two small ones. So that's my card for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you, Dawn, for your beautiful card and inspiration. As I said, you do have to just be careful when you push that down that you actually push this inner card down. So making sure that that is nice and firm along that edge helps. But if you push that down before you push that across, you're not going to damage your card. So that's our card for today. It's called a hidden door card. If you've enjoyed that, I'll bring this one in. This is my first one. If you've enjoyed this card, please head down below, and you'd like the written tutorial, I should say, please head down the bottom here to Die Stamp for stamping, crafting and tutorials. There you'll find my link to my Facebook group. You will notice that on the group that it goes live exactly the same time as the video, with the same name and the same date. So if you're watching this a couple of months or a couple of weeks down the track and you think, I really would love this card, just check the date and the name, and then when you go to my Facebook group, you just need to go into files and you'll find it under the same date with the same name. Just remember that you have to ask to join the group, and if you don't answer the question, you will not be invited into the group. Unfortunately, that's my rules, and I'm abiding by them, obviously. If somebody else invites you that is already in the group, that's a different situation. But once you have been given the invitation, you do have 2 weeks to reply to that to say that you want to join the group. Otherwise, after 2 weeks, it actually just vanishes. I don't delete them, it just vanishes off the system. So if you've enjoyed that, if you like the products that I used in this card here, or this card here, which are also products have the, I'm not sure if they're in the catalogue or, no, they're online exclusives as well. So if you'd like those 2 products, you are welcome to be my customer, and I will help you, or you can just put my name in. And I will see you again next week. Bye for now.